Good evening. The word of the day is failure. I remember the very first time that I tried to bale hay by myself. If you know me, you know that I've baled quite a bit of hay over the last 25, 30 years. But when I was about 14 or 15 years old, I remember we had a field of hay that needed to be baled. I had never baled hay with a square baler before by myself. I had been in the field with my dad and my granddad and baled a little bit, but never by myself. This was the first time my dad sent me to bale hay by myself. He was still at work and was trying to get finished at work and come home so we could pick the hay up. And he said, "You go ahead and get started." I took the tractor and the baler down to the field and got started, and I was trying to be very careful and do everything just right. And I hadn't baled but 3 or 4 bales, and something happened and the baler stopped, and I knew something was wrong because it was a terrible racket. I went back and looked at it, and there were several parts that I knew were not in the right places, and some of them were broken. I called my dad when I got back to the house and got to a phone, and I said, "We got a problem." I said, "The baler's really messed up bad." He came home and looked at it, and he said, "What did you do?" I said, "I don't know. It just quit baling and made a terrible racket." He said, "Okay, well," we started taking it apart and found out we needed quite a few parts and quite a good bit of work to do to it. After about a day and a half, he got the baler back together and got it going. We went back down to the field and he started baling. He baled almost all of the hay, and he stopped and he said, "I want you to finish it." I said, "No, Dad, I'm not baling any more hay." I said, "I'm afraid it's something that I did that tore up that baler," and I said, "I don't want to tear it up again." He looked at me. He said, "You bale the rest of this hay." I said, "Are you sure?" He said, "Get on there. I'm not telling you again," which meant if I hadn't got on there, that was been bad for me. I got on the tractor and baled the rest of the hay. Fortunately, that helped me get over my feeling of failure because I feel like I had failed him and failed our little farm because I'd tore up the baler. But he made sure that that failure didn't define what I did in the future. When you experience failure, number one, don't let it define your future. Number two, learn from it. And number three, move on. Have a great day.